Chancellor, as public orator, may I, Dr. Paul Jenkins, present Ffion Davies, a candidate for an honorary degree. Ffion Davies was born in Aberystwyth. Her father was a university geochemist and her mother a primary school teacher. Ffion knew the Ladybird book on human biology off by heart by the age of 9, and she knew she wanted to work in healthcare. At Penglais Comprehensive School, Ffion studied biology, chemistry and maths at A-level. Ffion is a keen musician, and at school she passed her grade 8 exams on both violin and piano. Ffion was attracted to the medicine course at the University of Leicester because it was modern and emphasized the integration of medicine with its social context. At university, Ffion lived in College Hall in her first year and private accommodation in subsequent years. She continued her music interest by playing violin in the university orchestra. Ffion graduated in 1990 and began her career with 6-month stints in Leicester and Kettering. She remembers treating tough Glaswegian steelworkers in Kettering, each one with a heart of gold. There then followed periods working in 7 cities, including a short stay in Boston, USA. After this peripatetic life, she began her consultant career with a 5-year post at the Royal London Hospital. Ffion became the first paediatric emergency medicine consultant in the UK. Now there are 400 such consultants in this speciality. This did not happen by accident, and it is a tribute to Ffion's powers of persuasion that the GMC initiated a consultant training program, and hospitals were accepting this new speciality when employing senior staff. Ffion wrote a book, Emergency Care of Minor Trauma in Children, which has been the standard text for the past 22 years, and the 4th edition will be published this year. The book covers everything from beads up the nose to a fractured femur, and points out that dealing with the fear of the child and the anxiety of its parents is as important as treating the trauma itself. Another important fact is that healthcare professionals in A&E departments are often the front line in detecting child abuse. Ffion is also responsible for the online learning program Spotting the Sick Child, popular with A&E staff and paramedics. Ffion's final move was back to Leicester, where she joined a department of 4 new consultants. Within 5 years, Ffion was head of department. In addition to her busy NHS job, Ffion undertook projects for the Department of Health and the Royal Colleges. These extra voluntary activities allowed Ffion to learn the skills necessary to work in government circles, including governance, negotiating, system strengthening, not only in the medical field, but also on new policy initiatives. In 2009, Ffion met the president of the International Federation of Emergency Medicine, IFEM. She talked about the National Standards Book for Pediatric Emergency Medicine, which she had written. The president asked Ffion to produce an international edition of the Standards Book. Ffion subsequently moved up through the ranks of the IFEM and eventually became president in 2022 to 2024. One of the rewarding aspects of her presidency has been the number of messages she received from around the world appreciating the fact that she is a woman at the top of her organization. IFEM is a global organization whose aim is to share the best practice in emergency medicine. It supports doctors involved in emergency care all around the world. Members have more influence when they are part of an international association where advocacy for better patient care is shared. IFEM holds an international conference in a different country every year. Back in the 90s, there was an American medical TV drama called ER, or Emergency Room. And one character, played by the actor George Clooney, was a pediatric emergency consultant, long before such a thing existed in the UK. In her role as a major influencer in the field, Ffion wrote an editorial in the Emergency Medicine Journal. The title was, do we need George Clooney? In other words, do we need a specialist emergency medicine for children? The answer to this is clearly yes, and the reason today there is a separate speciality of pediatric emergency medicine is due to the lifetime of dedication by Ffion Davies. Chancellor, on the recommendation of the Senate and Council, I present Dr. Ffion Davies that you may confer upon her the honorary degree of Doctor of Science.
Vice-Chancellor, members of the University, fellow honorary graduates, distinguished guests, families and friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. I'm deeply privileged to accept this honorary doctorate of science from the university. Thank you. As an alumna of this university, and as a medical consultant who has spent the past 23 years serving patients at the university hospitals of Leicester, I have a strong affection for this city and for the institution that helped shape my career. I walked across this very stage 36 years ago to receive my MB-CHB. I would show you a grainy, funny video full of people with big hair, but we don't have time. I didn't expect to return for an occasion such as this. To the graduates here today, you should understand two things. Your qualifications bring opportunities for many satisfying and diverse career paths. Secondly, that some of the most meaningful and influential work that you may do is achieved through collaboration and the willingness of people to contribute beyond what is required of them. I have been fortunate to spend my professional life practicing frontline emergency medicine in hospital A&E departments, a vocation that brings new challenges, new questions, and new opportunities to learn every day. Alongside my clinical responsibilities, I volunteered my time to create educational resources for postgraduate doctors, paramedics, nurses, advising royal colleges and governments on how to ensure excellent emergency care for children at strategic level. And then in later years served as the IFEM president to improve emergency patient care across the world. To have these contributions recognized by my alma mater is both humbling and deeply rewarding. I'm enormously grateful to the University of Leicester for this honor. I congratulate each and every graduate on your achievements today, and I wish you every success and happiness in the years ahead. Thank you.